Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist back again. Yeah, we were off yesterday. Oh, geez, sorry about that. Just real quick, it's just this week's common charity deck is again, it's going to be the same as our main deck this week. So, doing some Machina decks. And honestly, the test hands are going to be so similar that we figured we could take a break for one day. And then just do 2 decks in a row and then the test hands in general after the fact. So hopefully that you guys enjoyed that. Let me straighten that up because that's bothering me. Let's get you guys a deck list, shall we? So this is a 40 card common charity build. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run playsets of just about every Machina that we're going to be playing today. So that's going to be 3 copies of Fortress, 3 copies of Gear Frame, 3 copies of a Radiator, 3 copies of the Megaform, 3 copies of Soldier, and 3 copies of Uncle's Bear. Now, a lot of this is just 3 copies of the structure deck. So honestly, if you guys have already spent your money and bought 3 copies of it, you guys could totally play this deck. In fact, there's not too much in the main deck that you're not getting here. Just real quick, I'm going to leave that up another couple of seconds, and then we will just kind of make everything disappear. Boom, and just like that, 18 monsters off the field. Let's go ahead, let's get our spells now. Because this deck actually has some OTK potential, I was running my 3 Dark Holes again. Just, again, you know, you just blow up the field and then build your entire kill board right afterward. It's all good. Instant Fusion. Just great one of. It's very versatile. Expect this to be in so many of my decks. 3 copies of Iron Call. It's like Monster Reborn for Machines. Bless you, Sneezy. Dual Kitty is having the sneezes. We got 3 copies of the Quick Play spell, Limiter Removal. This is really going to help you guys in going for game. We're also going to run 3 copies, the Machina Defense Perimeter. Good card, great card. It's going to offer you some protections. 1 copy Monster Reborn, again, generic. And 2 copies trade. And again, if we go back to our main deck, I just need to show you guys that both the Megaform and the Irradiator are actually 8-star cards. So we do have 6 targets for these draw 2s. Again, just real quick, that's it for the spells. So real quick, that's a 3, 6, 7, 10, looks like 16 spells. So you guys make your notes, and again, we'll just kind of make them disappear. And again, what this is going to leave us with the traps. And again, we're only going to be playing 6 traps today. That's going to be 3 copies of the Machina Overdrive and 3 copies of Strike. Both of these were actually from the Machina structure deck. So again, if you bought the structure deck, loads of value for you in the master game, loads of value for you in common charity. So no need for a little hit skip right there. That's just 6 cards, equals up to 40. Real easy. So let's get that extra deck real quick, okay? Again, we only run the single target for our Instant Fusion. That's going to be good old Thousand Eyes Restrict. Moving into our Xyz. And again, there's 2 of these that are going to change into Gear Gigants. My order did not arrive before this. I did want to play 3 copies of Gear Gigant X. But I only have the 1 right now. So one of those cards will be Cairn Gorgon. That will be changed. That will be changed over very shortly. The Drill Driver Vespinato at 1. This is a good card, great card. Here's my physical copy Gear Gigant X that I do have. Single copy Utopia. Single copy Time Thief Redoer. And for right now, 2 copies Tornado Dragon. 2nd Tornado Dragon and Cairn Gorgon going to Gear Gigant X after the fact. Again, it's just good to keep with the machine theming here. And just moving forward, that's going to help with your OTK as well. Going into the links, we get the Boral Load. We got Decode. We got the Gravity Controller, one of our 2 outs for the Thousand Eyes Restrict. The other out being a Link Karibo. We are going to run the Steel Star Regulator. And we're going to get so much play out of this guy because we have those level 8 monsters in the main deck. We can actually build some fantastic stats on him. Triple Burst Dragon, because again, it's still good. And Underclock Taker, because I had a space. And to be honest with you guys, I didn't know what else to put in here. So it just sort of made the cut. So I'm going to leave that up there while I thank you guys for stopping by. It is official. We have broken 1,400 subs. We plan to keep growing, and it's all thanks to wonderful viewers like you. So to let you guys know, we are running a bit of a contest over the next 3 weeks. Individually, we will be running them. Go back and check out this week's Speed Duel Spotlight for the details, and then do what was said there to get some free stuff. Outside of that, seriously, if you guys were just here for the deck list, thanks for stopping by. Check out the master version tomorrow, and then the test hands on Friday. And guys, you have a wonderful day. Everybody else, you guys already know, we're going to go back through this, and we're going to read off every effect, because it's so much easier if you don't have to hear that the entire time you're just wanting a deck list. So, 1 second for water, because hydration is super important. And into it we go. So, starting off with the Machina Fortress, this card is one of like the OG Machina cards. Really lends itself into more tech machine than you think. You can discard machine monsters whose total stars equal 8 or more to special summon this card from the hand or graveyard. So it can actually be discarded for its own effect as part of the tribute. And again, it is a 7-star, so it can't count as the entire tribute. You will need to toss somebody else. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target one card the opponent controls, destroy that target. Before resolving any opponent monster effect that targets this face-up card, however, look at the opponent's hand and discard one card from their hand. So again, one of the things I plan on doing eventually is Monarchs. So if Caius goes to banish this, before we resolve that, he will tag in and let you steal a card out of your opponent's hand and banish it. Discard it. So kind of cool, very cool. So let's just go ahead and move over. The other card that belongs in the two card tag when it comes to machines would be the Machina Gear Frame. When this is normal summoned, you may add one Machina card from Machina monster from the deck to the hand with a different name. Once per turn, you can either target a machine that you control and equip this to it, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you destroy this card first instead. So again, it is a union monster, which is fantastic. But additionally, it's going to tutor. So the usual play was to play Gear Frame to just go ahead and add Fortress. And again, you can do this in so many things. Gear does it well too. But Machina for sure. Irradiator was one of the newer cards when we got the structure deck. You could discard one of the Machina monster card to special summon this card from your hand. You can target one machine monster that you control. Special summon from your graveyard one Machina monster with a different name and an equal or lower level than the monster that you targeted. Then if you do, destroy the original monster that you targeted. Each effect can only be used once per turn. So again, pretty cool. And it is going to help us build boards by being a self-summoner and then summoning other things. The Mega Form, the other 8-star. You contribute this card to special summon one Machina monster from your hand or deck, except Mega Form, so with a different name. If a face-up Machina Fortress you control is sent to the graveyard while this is in your graveyard, you can banish that fortress from the graveyard to special summon this card. You can only use one Mega Form effect per turn and only once that turn. And again, it's kind of the cooler. I want to say he's just barely stronger, like 100 points he is. And that 100 points comes from the defense the fortress had originally. So again, it's kind of a retrain and a mod version of it that allows you to play anything. Soldier, one of the more underrated 4-stars in this build. When this is normal summoned while you control no other monsters, you can special summon any Machina from your hand except Soldier. So again, you can play Soldier to go into Mega Form. Mega Form tributes off to go into the Fortress. And now you have a card that has a couple different effects. And when it does go away, you can banish the Fortress to get the Mega Form back. So, fantastic. Uncle Spare's one of the new dark ones. Because they did start adding dark. There was like Res Avenger, Metal Cruncher, this guy, and I can't remember the other one. Possess Storage. Uncle Spare says if this is added to the hand by basically anything except drawing, you can special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except machines. So again, another great way to play into getting the Gear Gigant would be to literally just play the gear frame and then add this to hand. Since it was added to hand by a method not drawing, then you can special summon. You're already set up with your 2/4s. Perfect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one Machina from your deck to the graveyard except Uncle's Bear. Use each effect once per turn. So again, if we have like Monster Reborn or an effect of, then we can just go ahead and again extend our play through the use of that effect. Again, with the spells, these are pretty straightforward. Dark Hole, destroy all monsters. Instant Fusion, pay 1,000. Special Summon, a level 5 or lower fusion from the extra deck. This is considered to be a fusion summon. The monster that is summoned by this effect may not attack and is destroyed during the end phase. You can only activate one of these per turn, but that's okay. You're only allowed to have one per deck. Iron Call, this is, like I said, our other Monster Reborn. If you control a machine monster, target another level 4 or lower machine in the discard. Special summon the target with its effects negated, and again, destroy it during the end phase. Doesn't say that we can't attack with it, which is fantastic. It doesn't worry about that. So we will be able to press, we will be able to build our board, whatever we like. Limited removal, again, double over all machines that you currently control during the end of the turn, during the end phase of this turn. Destroy any monster that you doubled. So fantastic. Machina Defense Perimeter, this one deserves a couple seconds. When you control a level 7 or higher machine monster, your opponent's monsters cannot target level 6 or lower machine monsters for attacks and may not target them with card effects. So again, this is what I meant by that bit of like blanketed protection, which is fantastic. If a face-up machine monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one machine in the graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn, and it does not say opponent's card effect. So if you do have one monster and you do activate that Dark Hole, you can just put that monster card back in your hand or whatever you like. Just grab somebody else. Monster Reborn, you guys get. Trade in. Discard a level 8, draw 2. You guys get it. Let's talk about Overdrive. So Overdrive says target one machine that you control. Special summon a Machina monster with a different name from the hand and or deck. And if you do, destroy that targeted monster. So the first monster will go. And just summon the second. You can banish this card from the graveyard. Target 3 of your machines that are either banished or in the graveyard. Shuffle them back into the deck. Draw 1. Use only one of these effects per turn and only once that turn. So again, my favorite effect, and the one that I resolve the more often, is the targeting a character that's already attacked, destroy it to get another card. Generally, I end up doing this to the Fortress while Megaform? Yeah, Megaform, I got the name right, is already in the discard pile. So this way I can also banish that and get the Megaform to the field while building my field and getting additional attacks. Because it's a trap card, you can do this during the battle phase. So you can press your advantage there as well. And then Solemn Strike, because again, you know, hand traps. We do have Effect Veiler, we do have Ash Blossom, we do have Drawl and Lockbird. So there are things that can stop you. Just be aware of that. So strikes are going to be helpful for that. Going back over to the extra deck. Make this nice and quick for you guys today. Thousand Eyes Restrict is here to vacuum up one monster on the opponent's side of the field. And then we just link it off, honestly. Going into the Xyz, you have Cairn Gorgon. And again, this is supposed to be Gear Gigant, sorry. So that's fine. Cairn Gorgon, however, says that during either player's turn, whenever a card or effect is activated that targets one card on the field and no other cards, you may detach material from this, then change it to another appropriate target on the field. Drill Driver Vespinato is 2 level 5s, or once per turn you may summon this by using 1 rank 4 Xyz that you control as material, transferring all materials to this. This card cannot be used for as material for an Xyz summoned to turn it is Xyz summoned. If this attacks defense position, inflict piercing. If this card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, target a level 5 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. So again, we do get to press. It is a machine. There's a lot of goodness with it. Gear Gigant, 2 level 4 machines. Once per turn, detach material. Add 1 level 4 or lower machine monster from the deck or the graveyard back to the hand. So we can get our gear frames back and really start getting the cards that we do want and play them from the deck by adding them to the hand, which will allow us to do tons of crazy stuff. When this card leaves the field, you can target 1 level 3 excuse me, 1 level 3 or lower gear gear in the graveyard and special summon it. Again, we're not playing gear gears, so we're just tutoring our level 4 lower machines. You guys know Utopia by now. You guys know Time Thief Redoer by now. You know Tornado Dragon by now. So again, Karen Gorgon and one of these 2 Tornado Dragons should be Gear Gigants. I'll have them probably by... it's looking like the beginning of next week. Boarload is our answer to punching over stuff right now. DK Talkers, just a good generic 3. Gravity Controllers, Neospacian Grand Mole for extra deck or extra zone monsters, and can only be used by using a non-link monster in the extra zone, which is where the Thousand Eyes Restrict comes in play. The other way to use that is for Link Karibo for its basic protection. You do have the Steel Star Regulator. This one's worth talking about because it's not so mainstream. 3 non-links. Gain attack equal to the combined original level / rank of monsters used for the summon, times 100. So again, if you could use 3 8s, you'll add another 2,400 and make this thing 3,400. It's very cool. You can target 1 non-link monster your opponent controls with an attack less than or equal to this card, then destroy it. Then if this was link summoned using an Xyz monster's material, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the destroyed monster's original attack. You can only use this effect once per turn. But again, that's once per turn. You get to do some punishing damage. It's awesome. Triple Burst is here for the damage step stuff. And Underclock is here because I ran out of good cards to put in here. It's not a bad option. It'll help you overwhelm something. But it is what it is. I am super excited for tomorrow's version because on top of all the coolness that we got today, we also get cards like Redeployment, I believe was the Searcher, Machina Redeployment, as well as we get the Boss Monster Citadel. So that plus like the shiny extra deck, and where I definitely have 3 shined up Gear Gigants, it's going to look way better. It's definitely more fun. But for the common charity build, this is not super expensive to put together. This is not... Even the extra deck is actually super budget. Like, one of the more expensive cards here, legit, is probably the Strikes. And I think those are really only like $3. $3 right now. So, that's that. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have watched all the way to here, give yourselves a round of applause, because seriously, we would not be around if it wasn't for awesome viewers like you guys. And seriously, go do something for yourself today. Just go enjoy the rest of your day. And come back tomorrow. Check it out. We'll have the next version of this deck. Kind of like the Machina steroid build. And see you guys then. All right? Have a good day. Have a great night. And we'll see you later. Peace.